Hello and welcome to the bi-monthly live and online wellness lifestyle conference. This is the Body and Mind members panel of experts. Body and Mind is your health and wellness online directory, bodyandmind.coza. I am your host, Nirvana Lange. I've been interviewing the Body and Mind members for the past 5 to 6 years and have been collaborating with Traci, the Body and Mind founder, since 2003. So, welcome to the Body and Mind panel of experts. Our topic of discussion for our speakers will be about transformation and resurrection. How to reinvent yourself, coming out of struggle and into a new life. Rising out of the ashes and finding a new way of living, being, and breathing. And our speakers are Pravina Maharaj, Evelyn Alexandre, and Dawn Cameron, and they will be telling us more about themselves and what they do. Welcome to the Body and Mind panel of experts. Okay, so we are going to go around the panel and just literally within a minute and a half, just who you are and what you do. So Dawn, you are first on the left-hand side, so if you can go ahead and introduce yourself and what you do. What is a chronologist?
Good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us. Thank you very much, Traci and Nirvana, for inviting me to be part of this exciting opportunity and discussion this morning. So I am a chirologist based in Durban, and basically what that means is I study the hand and all the features of the hand, which includes the fingerprint patterns. You can see some big fingerprint patterns behind me. Those are actually 3 of my 4 fingerprint patterns that I've had mounted, which is really exciting. So I basically take imprints, or I work off photographs that people send through to me of their hand, both the sort of under part as well as the front of the hand. And what I can do is actually work through your physical, emotional, vocational, intellectual, spiritual, and psychological elements. Every single one of us has all these elements available in our persona, and we're constantly in a state of excess or less, trying to balance those various elements. So I actually unpack the hand in a form of a dialogue therapy. People come to my rooms, and we basically spend about 2 to 2.5 hours discussing how to achieve balance in one's life. It's a wonderful therapy. I do a lot of individuals as well as children and couples.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
It's wonderful, and people can go to the Body and Mind website, and you are a member, and certainly can look, and we will share those links, of course, in our YouTube channel. And Pravani, please tell us a little bit. I did say that you were a producer on Lotus FM. Please share with us a little bit more about you in a short bit.
Thanks, Nirvana. Yes, I'm a producer, radio producer at Lotus FM SABC, and I'm very passionate about radio and using the medium of radio as a powerful tool also for transformation, for educating, not only entertaining our audiences, but also, enlightening them about critical issues that affect them on a daily basis. Apart from radio, my other passion is writing. I'm a published romance author. Angel of Ice, and since then I've been writing continuously. Apart from that, they have always been a great advocate for mind-body link, and I'm also in the process at the moment now of actually studying to become an EFT practitioner, which is emotional freedom technique.
Thank you very much, Pravani. And I'm going to go on to Evelyn Alexandre, and she was on our previous panel. I'm so grateful and privileged to have you with us again today.
Unmute, please forget. I get so excited to talk, I forget about the button.
I
Yes,
know.
thank you, Nirvana and Traci, for inviting me back. I'm excited to be here today. I'm an intuitive coach, and I love telling people that because I can see by the look on their faces they have absolutely no idea what is an intuitive coach. And I choose that word really because I spend whatever I'm doing, it's about connecting back with your own intuition and your own inner spark. It's getting out of the mind and getting back into your heart space. So, and I do that with coaching. I do one-on-one where I combine coaching with healing modalities. I do it online, obviously not so much with the healing. I also do quite a bit of public speaking at events on gratitude. Gratitude seems to be my thing. So yeah, I speak about gratitude. I've obviously done published the Gratitude Journal, which has life tools in it. And lately I've been publishing articles, even one overseas in American magazine, which was very exciting and unexpected. So yeah, lots of different things. But if I'm sharing life tools, then I'm happy, however, whatever form that comes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Evelyn. Okay, so we have this topic, which I really would like to go into.
Thank you very much. What have I learned in the past sort of 12 months is to stay in the present. I think that for me is the most crucial, to constantly be in the now, because I'm only able to, one, have control over what I'm doing. I find that I felt quite powerless during the initial stages of lockdown, and the knee-jerk reaction was to blame, the fear definitely rose, and wherever you put the radio on, you put the TV on, you opened up newspapers, there was just constant fear everywhere. And that really affects me and many people that I was communicating with and speaking to and sharing. So what helped me was definitely breathing on a daily basis. And it sounds so simple, but having deep breaths, not shallow breathing into sort of the throat and maybe the top part of the lungs, really trying to bring my breath down into beyond my solar plexus, into sort of the sacral area, really helped me to get back into my body, to know that I'm only responsible for me, and that is the only power that I have is over myself. And everything else, I'm quite powerless over what's happening around me. So if I'm present in the now and aware of what I'm going through, I can make far better decisions going forward. So one of the things I mastered and as a daily practice is reminding myself constantly to be present. And if I step into fear, or if I'm in sadness, fear I often find is a result of what's happening in the future, which I have no control over. And sadness is often a result of something that happened in the past. And again, it's behind me. I just need to, if need be, make amends, communicate my emotions to whoever the other party was, and move forward, being in the present. I've also had quite a few clients during this time that found the breath work invaluable, being able to really tap into what was going on by bringing it back to themselves. And that then, for me, as well as some of my clients, I only have power over myself and the choices that I'm making. So in the past year, the daily ritual of being able to breathe and really know what's happening, scanning my emotional sort of landscape, has been incredibly beneficial. Thank you.
I see little Nirvana has popped her head around there by Traci. Thank you so much, Dawn. And yes, I definitely think one of the things that I kind of committed to was not to watch the news, not to read newspapers, and certainly, not be in that kind of allowing all that fear and statistics to enter my energy and my being. I learned about what I could plant. I've learned about the medicine plants in my garden. And those are some of the things that I've really intensified in this last 12 months. And very proud of my seed bank that I have started. So thank you, Dawn. I'm going to go on to, so Pravina, thank you so much, and apologies for incorrectly announcing you. Tell us a little bit about that and how you rose above that.
Okay, so yeah, I think like everyone, it was just a sense of shock and panic, like what on earth is going on here? And for me, because I've always been a person who's always been on a spiritual path, and I always know that, nothing happens by chance and there are no coincidences in life. Everything happens for a reason. There's always a higher divine plan. So I think the first thing I thought about was, what spiritual lessons does this pandemic want to teach us? Why is this happening? What are we as humans are supposed to be learning from this whole experience? And it was a huge transition for me as a radio producer to suddenly not be in a studio environment, not have, studio technology in order for me to actually carry out my radio work as well. So I had to adapt to a whole new way of thinking and working remotely, actually producing radio content from home. And I couldn't get away from not reading the news websites or not watching TV or reading newspapers because I'm in the media and I can't escape that because I had to produce content, that was geared for our audiences to enlighten them and educate them about what this virus is all about social distancing, sanitizing, wearing your mask, all of that there. So yeah, so it was a huge transition and I had to actually adapt, to new ways of working in terms of technology, online meetings, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, even editing radio, audio and stuff at home. So it was a huge transition in terms of my work as a producer. Then as a human being, it was just that sense of fear, like, oh my God, am I going to get this virus? What happens if I do? And then you worry about your family, you worry about your parents, you worry about your siblings and friends and other colleagues as well. And then there were other staff at the SABC who were contracting COVID. And, it was a very stressful time for all of us as colleagues as well. So there's that fear and that uncertainty, like you just don't know what's going to be happening. Today you're fit and healthy. Tomorrow you actually could just be developing symptoms. So for me, it was also, as I think Dawn had said, just keeping it in the present and grounding myself every day and just, going back to, just understanding why is all this happening? What lessons am I supposed to learn? For me, some of the key lessons was that, I think we needed as human beings to maybe just have time out to maybe reflect spiritually on what we wanted in life. And just to also maybe just practice more gratitude. I think a lot of us have just taken so much for granted. We really missed, the social interaction of being with people. We just took for granted what a hug would mean. And then when we couldn't hug people, we couldn't shake hands with anyone. Suddenly it just hit us very hard because as humans, we are social beings. We are social creatures. We crave human contact. And I think that was very difficult, being in isolation, just being with very limited people, not being able to go out, just be, just that sense of personal freedom I felt was like curtailed. You couldn't really just go out and be free. You always had to remember to wear your mask and social distance and constantly had to sanitize and all of that there. So I feel, there was lots of spiritual, reasons for why this thing happened and why it's still with us now. And I think it really just wanted us to get us back to our own inner humanity, to connect with our souls, connect with our inner spirit, and find out really what is important in life. And really, life is so fragile. There's such a fragility and beauty to life that we really cannot take it for granted. So I used, gratitude, I used grounding techniques, I used EFT, just day to day, just to cope and just try to feed myself positive thoughts. And I think the major thing for me was not allowing that fear to consume me. I didn't want to feel that, if I go out to the supermarket, I'm going to contract COVID-19. I really just didn't want to have any of that fear. And I think EFT really helped me to shift that mindset, to get into a more positive space.
Thanks. Thank you so much. And I'm certainly going to go around another round, Pravina. Thank you for that share. I must say that in my love for the microphone, which I absolutely love, and and for some reason my mic is breaking up, and so I'm wondering why that is, and I've been trying to fiddle around with it. So hopefully I do come through clearly. It's one of those things. It's hardly ever happens, but as much as I've dreamt about being in the broadcasting industry, I definitely know that there is no way that I could conform and be and fit into the narrative of how they want you to say and what they want you to say and how they want you to play out. So that's why I so much enjoy my authentically me, and even with Traci, I do curb myself usually because of absolute love and respect for her. Because I know she was smiling. She knew that there's a few things that is bubbling up in me that I would love to say, but will not do because out of respect for her, and this is her panel. So yes, definitely for me, this time, this last 12 months, I've had such an opposite experience. I have had the biggest social life I've had for a very, very long time. Have met up with friends, have had beautiful hugs, and have had beautiful gatherings with friends and like-minded people. We're a little bit, on the left-hand side of what most people are kind of being following in a way. But I must say that's one of the things that has really changed for me this year. Is I've really made some amazing connections around me, connections of meeting up, having hugs, and sharing food and coffee or whatever it is that they are drinking. So it's for me, it's been a beautiful experience. Evelyn, so your 12 months, you've obviously had to learn how to do these Zoom things, how to help people as a coach. So certainly, again, from the moment of we are shutting the road, shutting the shops, you can't buy a sleeveless t-shirt, you can't buy this. You can't go to work, can't get toilet paper, right? How was that, toilet paper? How has this last 12 months been for you?
Thank you, Nirvana. You do make me chuckle because I thought, oh, isn't she just the rebel? I love it. I think also for me, once we went into lockdown, initially it was that shock of what is going on? It was real confusion. And there, for a minute, I think in this house, there were fear set in, because now all of a sudden your norm has gone. And I still remember the day clearly where I thought to myself, you are going to have to practice what you preach now. And that for me was hysterical, because now I've been talking about gratitude, and so really things changed a lot in this house in terms of work. Obviously, no clients. I also run a little B&B, so I had no one in the B&B. My husband's job changed drastically. And what we did was literally just sit in the garden and go, okay, this is how it is right now. But let's breathe, Dawn, such a good one. And of course, what are we grateful for? And if you start thinking about it, you actually can make an incredible list of what you have in your life. And I think what that did really was to keep our mindset positive. So instead of that fear of poor me, shame, we're in this mess, it was a case of what now? What now? And it literally turned the fear to, I think I want to say, more curiosity. Okay, so things are different. What can we do? And then it's quite amazing when you have that sort of almost I want to say, it's not very English-like, I want to say defuzzed brain. It's not very good English, but your brain is clearer and you can think, okay, so how can I adapt? I can't meet with people in person, so I quickly learned about Zoom, and I earned myself a huge noddy badge because technology is, and me, we have our moments. So the minute I sussed out Zoom, I was like, check at me go, you know. And then it was, you know, I got invited to do my first talk on Zoom. And that was, you know, okay, there was 75 faces looking back at me on a computer screen. So, you know, that there was almost like little baby steps. And I think even for my hubby, just being grateful for what we had allowed us to adapt really and be flexible and change without going into fear. And we were a bit like you in terms of seeing people we wanted to see and seeing our family. And yeah, I was determined not to buy into the fear of it all. So yeah, so I think actually probably in a word would be adaptability is what it, and to be flexible, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely, of course, to a point, flexible to a point, right? So that's just that rebel making that little, you know, stand in. Traci, tell us about your year. This has been, I mean, gosh, we have done so much in the last 12 months, just with Body and Mind, the amount of dedication that you have for your members. To make sure that they, you know, are put out there. Absolutely. You know, sometimes working until 1, 2 in the morning to make sure that things are working. And your love and dedication for the last 21 years, I mean, it's just commendable. And I'm just so grateful to be part of your journey for the last 18 years. This month, March, April, 18 years that you and I have journeyed together. So share a little bit about, you know, the things that's changed, that you've had to reinvent, rise from the ashes, and continue to for you and for Body and Mind and for your family.
Yeah, it has been an amazing journey in the past 21 years, and it's grown immensely, and I've been loved every minute of it. This past year was quite a shock. You know, therapists and healers not being able to work, and I've seen a huge drop in, you know, the advertising because people couldn't afford it. It's you know, this year has really damaged the industry hugely, and I've seen personal friends be hurt by the economy and this lockdown. And, you know, what I've had to do is I've had to help as well. Free advertising, free promotion. But even though they couldn't, you know, they couldn't have people and they couldn't heal people physically. So even the helping and giving out of free advertising and promotion and marketing didn't actually help them. So it's been a very, very difficult year, and us not being able to have shows and get-togethers has been extremely hard. For me, personally, that's been a big, huge strain. I'm very, very social, and I love people so much. And that's been really, really tough. So got together with Priscilla and Stefan, and we did this wellness conference all online. It's been a huge change doing all of this and bringing people in and trying to get all the talks and get the people motivated and to come on. It's been a huge project, and it's been great. It's been such a huge learning curve, and we've met people from all over the world, and that has been tremendous. So what this year has shown me is that it's not just the tiny community that I have. The world is a big place, and we've made friends with so many people from all over the place, New Zealand, Australia, America. And it's amazing having coffee online with people and talking to somebody in another country and hearing about their lifestyle. That has been a tremendous journey. So also, you know, our indoor shows have stopped. So now how I've changed that is we're going to actually have an outdoor show. So that is going to be the first of many, I hope. And that's going to start next Sunday. So that is very exciting.
And I'm very, very excited to see everyone again. And, the community is important, and it's important, to be with each other and, just to talk and to say hello and to see people physically is very important.
Absolutely.
And that's what's changed a lot for me is, taking that away and trying to get it back again. So hopefully everything will go smoothly. And I feel like there's a big shift now. I feel like things are changing, and I feel like things are going to get better. So just keeping positive and keeping your mind on the right track and focused, and try pushing yourself forward. And I want to bring people together. That's what I feel like my purpose is. So
Absolutely.
that's what's happening.
Yeah, beautiful, Traci. And it was so sad because we had planned a wellness day and talk festival in Cape Town, and for April, and was so looking forward to seeing you and us having some time together. And suddenly, that didn't happen, and certainly, still looking forward to spending some time with you. But your outdoors event is taking place next week, and it's so incredibly beautiful. I mean, I also just want to say before I finish what I was just starting, is that you also did the psychic Zoom circle with Priscilla, and we had psychics from all over the world doing 15-minute readings or 20-minute readings, and we had a psychic in each room, and we were hosting those in the evenings, and they were just people just love it, love getting readings, and really needed that, right? Because people needed some positive message, and I think that is the main thing, is that just people were just looking for anything positive to grab onto, and those psychic Zoom meetings were really awesome. And then, of course, with you starting the wellness thing, really finally gave me the courage to start Authentically Me, the Unified Roundtable, and bring forth my voice about what I think and feel. I always say, ask the questions that you are thinking and not saying. So that, I mean, those, if I look at all of us here, and I know the audience that is listening in, and who I know some of them personally, how many of us have had literally to learn? I've learned such editing skills, video editing skills and audio editing skills. I've gotten better and better because I'm a more person, and I've learned to tone down a little bit, but I still shine my more personality. And I've certainly become much more relaxed with doing this, my very first round table, or I was as nervous as anything, and I could feel the heat building up. So it's been a growth journey, absolutely. And there is nothing is by accident. And even though for me, and I'll just say this briefly, Traci, with me. For me, I don't tap into this event that's happening at the moment, but I know that there is no accident in anything, and there's always an opportunity to grow, expand, or we can decide to contract. And I think each one of you is a beautiful example of how we can expand, reinvent, and rise from the ashes. Now, as a closing round, I'd like then again to just have a message.
Thank you. Nirvana, for me, I would personally like to invite people to attend the Body and Mind on the 25th of April in Durban, and I really look forward to being down in Cape Town and alternative ways of reassessing their lives. Instead of this 8-to-5 job, am I able to work smart and have a little bit more balance? So I have had the incredible privilege of being able to take my business online. I've obviously during this time seen people face to face, but Zoom and COVID definitely opened up, and I've seen clients from all over the world via Zoom or Skype, and even utilizing WhatsApp. They would then send photographs through. They don't necessarily need to have ink prints done of their hands. And I would then be able to sit down and go through their particular blueprint. And it's almost reminding people to remember who we are. We are co-creators. We are incredibly powerful beings that are having a physical experience on Mother Earth, and how we are able to come together as a community and tap into each other's incredible skills, talents, gifts, and my best thing on a daily basis is that I learn from every single client that I have the privilege of being with, because we had to reset. We stopped, we reset, we basically looked at what was going on, and that was not sustainable. And there's more awareness, there's more global awareness of what we individually can do that has a huge impact on everybody else. So my message is a message of hope, to tap into your unique gift, your unique talent, because every single person has a multitude, many, and I am more than happy to assist you on that journey, or alternatively refer to people if other people feel they would like an alternative way. So thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity.
Awesome.
And I hope to see everybody on the 25th.
Yay. And I look forward to when you come to Cape Town, because I'm based in Cape Town. So please do, look me up, and let's see, what we can do. And I can introduce you some of my wacky friends, rebellious friends. And we will add your details, your link to the Body and Mind page on the YouTube channel, and people can then, if they are interested in having support from you, to contact you that way. And then Pravina, we're going to go to you, just a short message and also invitation of how you would, people can come to you and support, or what it is that you have to offer.
Thanks, Nirvana. It's been such an honor to be on this platform and to engage with all of you wonderful ladies. So thank you for that opportunity. My message, I think, is also just one of hope and faith and positivity. We've come through so much of this pandemic, and it just really has demonstrated how resilient the human spirit is, and that we can adapt to adverse conditions, we can adapt to change, we can actually change our mindsets, we can actually create more fulfilling lives on a daily basis, just by being present, just by focusing on gratitude, just by breathing, and just being grateful for this life that we have. My invite is for people to engage with me if they are interested in radio. If you've always had a passion for broadcasting, I'm very happy to talk radio with you and to share my experiences and the knowledge I've gained over my broadcasting career. As I mentioned earlier, my passion is writing, from short stories to romance novels. I'm also a right brain writing facilitator. So if you want to find out more about that, about how you can actually tap into your right brain, and just open up your creativity and, just let those words flow. So please get in touch with me. You can find me on Facebook, Pravina Maharaj. I also have an author page at Pravina Maharaj Author, and I'm also on Instagram as well at Pravina Maharaj. So I look forward to engaging with anyone who just wants to chat and who just wants to maybe get into that creative space with me. Thank you.
Fantastic. That's really beautiful. Thank you. Okay, Evelyn, so your message and also then your invitation, you do a lot of online, like most of you do, online counseling work. What is your message and invitation?
Thank you, Nirvana. I think my message is really, I think what springs to mind is that quote, if you do what you always do, you'll get what you've always gotten. And I think if you need to make a change or move forward in life, you have to take action. And that's really what I focus on. I call it the 5 A's: acknowledge, accept, assess, adjust, and action. So that's really what I do, is help people just to move forward, to get out of their situation, whatever it is, just to move to a positive mindset and live a happier life. I'm very active on social media, especially Instagram. I'm currently running a 20-day gratitude challenge, put my words back in, just to help people move to a positive place. My Instagram is Evelyn Alexandre, a real mouthful. Evelyn Alexandre. Facebook is Coach Alexandre. On both.
Awesome. And again, we will have those links at the bottom of the YouTube channel. Traci, please, what are you looking for from your members? What are you wanting to do and offer? And of course, what is your message to your beautiful community?
My message to them is that I miss them all and I want to see them in person soon. And, stay hopeful, stay positive, and get hold of me if you need to chat, or if I can help in any way, please contact me. I'm always here. And if I don't have the skills to help you, I will always pass you on to someone who can. And I'm about connecting the right people with the right person. And stay positive.
Fantastic. I've got my cat. I don't know if you heard him just now having this, he wants to be here right next to me when I'm on Zoom. It is incredible. I wanted to add to Evelyn's, one quote that she had this morning before, I think about 20 to 11. I walked outside. I've got my stepdad and mum. They're here. They're busy helping me with my car. I'm finally going to, after nearly a year, getting my car sorted out. And I walked outside and there was this bush which has got all these tentacles growing out of it. And I've been looking at this, I don't know, probably for a year and getting worse. So this morning I took the secateurs and I said to my mum, Mum, what do you do before enlightenment? She looks at me because, she's like, I don't know. I said, chop wood and carry water. I said, what do you do after enlightenment? She says, no, I don't know. I just open the tap if I want water, she says. So I said, you chop wood and carry water, because there I was chopping the tree 20 minutes before our round table, and it just is exactly, we carry on doing the basics, vacuuming the floors, washing the toilets, doing the dishes, and inspire as much as we can. And then I would like to then also say that for me, Authentically Me Nirvana, like I said in the intro, I am a very positive person. It certainly doesn't mean that I don't have my dips. I had one 2 days ago, and I think it was just after my birthday energy. Somehow, I think that kind of just gave me a bit of a dip. But I do corporate interviews, so I offer interviews for people to, similar what we're doing for Body and Mind members, but that they can use. And I put all the bells and whistles, I put their logos, I even, can help create the graphics and put a bit of a jingle, and it's a 15-minute, and it's really awesome, because this is what people are looking for now. They don't want a business card or a link to something. They want to see the person interacting. They want to feel the energy, experience the person, animation, and feel their authenticity. And so, so that is what I offer and invite people, that I would love to help them in that way. And I'm always there to assist, support Traci in any of her endeavors, wherever I can. My message is switch off the TV and put your hands in the soil, get your hands dirty, and get it full of bacteria, because that is what is going to build up your immune system. So, that is what I'm passionate about. That is me authentically. And I will be ending off with my roundtable today, which you are welcome to join live, which is about alternative monetary systems and other ways of creating abundance consciously. So that is at 5 o'clock. So do get the link if you want to join and come and hear more about that. This is Nirvana from Body and Mind, panel of experts. I thank each one of you. Please unmute and say goodbye. it was awesome to share the space with you. Thank you for helping me holding this.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Traci. Thank you.